I think one of the things that people will notice is just all the natural light. You might see a lot of storage and things like that due to the pandemic, and all of our classrooms, for example, all of the desks aren't in the classrooms. Only half the number of desks are in there, so you'll see the other half stacked up in the cafeteria. What folks will see is that there's two big garage doors in the cafeteria that can open up with a nice concrete patio kind of flowing out to the outside. We're also excited to use that, for example, prior to a football game, tailgate or something. The garage doors will be up and barbecues will be going. And we look forward to the day we can get back to normal and use the facility for the way it was designed. Really excited for the community that we were able to pull this project off. The community was very supportive in passing the bond. I think 76% yes, and so that was a big vote of confidence from the community, and we sure hope that we were able to provide a school that the community can be proud of. So as you know, Mike Morris worked for the South Bend School District for I think 34 years or so. Started out as a teacher, was a coach, athletic director, principal, and then finished off his career as superintendent for many years. And so the board thought that he exemplified, type of person that they wanted to name this building after. And it's a brand new building, and board thought that there'd be no one better than Mike to name that after. So that's how we came up with the name. Building was designed by Erickson McGovern Architects out of Tacoma. When we had our one of our initial planning meetings, some themes kind of came out as to what we wanted to base the building on, and three of the major themes were fish, water, and wood, just because of our natural environment and some of the local industry that we have here. And so actually the roof design is actually meant to kind of mirror the images of waves. Believe it or not, that's what the architect tells us anyway. So we're pretty happy with the way it looks and the way it turned out. So one of the challenges in coming up with the funding for the school is back in 2016 when we first started looking into it, we found out that the South Bend School District, even if we wanted to, we weren't legally able to raise the amount of money needed to build a new school. And the reason is because South Bend's assessed property values are so low. The statutory limit of passing a bond didn't come close to what we would need. So we had to find other alternatives of funding. And the state legislature, we were able to work with them to come up with just under $8 million of special appropriation in the capital budget. So the new school was about a $16 million project. The special grant was about half of that. State matching dollars on top of that was another $4 million. And so really the South Bend taxpayers paid about a quarter of the total cost, which is pretty, really good. That's something else. So we were really happy about that, and happy for the community in that.
Oh, yeah.
You got your stuff?
Yep.
Where's your guitars?
Right on here. Packing it up.
All right. Gord, I got the bathroom.
Okay.
That was easy.
Okay, I'm closing up the safe. Let's see. I got the door. Did you get the racks, Gord?
Yep.
Fan?
Yep.
Heater?
Yep.
Anything we're forgetting?
Nope.
All right. Let me get the alarm, and we'll close up. Good job, boys.
We've waited far too long here under the ruins. As leaders we believed in faded away. We fell asleep, but now it's time to rise up and keep the covenant of hope for a brand new day. See a new city, a fortress of romance here. A shiny new city, where faith and belief are still real. Built to stand
special part of the building just because of this wall right here. We're really proud of this. This was designed by our architects, and we wanted our students to know where they're from and what's around us. And you know, as we all know, Willapa Bay plays a huge role in our local area, the local economy, and it's very important to us. And so we wanted our kids to know what Willapa Bay is, its relation to the entire area, its importance to South Bend and Pacific County. And so we really love this wall, and the kids love it, and we're pretty proud of it. And of course, a lot of people will say, well, you know, why'd you have to build a second-story school, right? And that's a great question, and we actually studied the benefits and kind of the flip side of doing one-story versus two-story. And turns out we don't have a whole lot of space here on our campus, and so going up 2 stories allows us to conserve space. It also has less of a impact on drainage, believe it or not, because if we take up more space, that's less ground that can absorb water. And so in South Bend, that's really important to us because we flood a lot here. And so we thought that would be one way that we could help potentially mitigate that. So up here on the 2nd floor of the school, we have grades 4, 5, and 6. Bright colors. One of the things we wanted in the design team was to have bright, cheery colors. This is an elementary school, and we wanted people to come into a building that they wanted to learn in. And so the architects surely delivered on the colors. All right, so this is a typical classroom in the new Mike Morris Elementary School. A lot of things to say about these rooms that you wouldn't necessarily think about. All of the lighting throughout the entire school and in the classrooms are LED lighting, and so it's very energy efficient. Each classroom has its own heating and air conditioning unit, and so it's really easy to adjust the temperatures between the different classrooms. One of the interesting things is right now we just happen not to have kids in the building right now because of COVID, right? And so teachers are working in their classrooms by themselves. Well, the building wasn't necessarily designed to heat with one body in a classroom, and so we are having a few issues just trying to figure out the heating. It actually depends on having a classroom full of kids. So one of the things you'll notice in the classrooms as well are these big windows. They actually protrude out of the building, and what that does is it helps suck in as much daylight as possible. So again, we were really trying to get as much natural light into the building as possible. It has really wide window ledges, and we're really happy with what this does to our classrooms. Every classroom was outfitted with new technology, so we have, for example, short throw projectors in every classroom, no more cords on the ground and trip hazards and things like that. We're really happy with being able to bring in the modern technology. So one of the features that I'll point out here is the design of the bathroom. So as you can notice, here's the hallway of the school, right? Well, the wash station for both the boys and the girls' bathroom is visible from the hall. So this helps with supervision. The adults can easily monitor what's happening when kids are coming out of the bathroom, and that's oftentimes a source of horseplay and things like that. So that's just a design feature that is kind of interesting. So, but yeah, there's a restroom on the 2nd floor, and there's one right below it on the 1st floor. So each floor has its own set of bathrooms. So one of the other design features of the school are these collaboration spaces. So this is a collaboration space. There's one on the top floor, there's one on the bottom floor. And what this is essentially a smaller instructional type space that allows our para-educators, our classroom assistants, to work with kids on more of a one-on-one type basis. And so traditionally, when you walk into a school, you might see a lot of paraprofessionals and students working in the hallways, kind of one-on-one. The idea is to not have folks in the hallways, and instead in a more confined, effective space for that one-on-one instruction. And it's quieter in here. It's got more of the equipment that they might need, and things like that. So we were happy to be able to provide this type of a space on both the first floor and the second floor. So our cafeteria right now is being used as a lot of storage space. Due to COVID, we can't put all of the student desks in our classrooms right now. There's only half the number of desks, and so we're storing the other half here in the cafeteria, as well as a lot of other things needed to run school in this type of a format during the COVID pandemic. And so, again, lots of daylight in the cafeteria. One of the things you'll notice are those two garage doors that can be opened up when the weather allows it, and just brings in lots of light. This stage actually folds down. It's an automatic power stage that folds down and provides a stage surface for all of the different types of activities or events that we might need a stage. So one of the things we wanted to do is get our buses off the street, and so right out here, this is our bus loop area. And so literally our school buses drive straight over to the building from the transportation building. They come right in through here. They'll line up in this area, and the kids get dropped off right in here or picked up. And so this way all of our buses are now off the street. They're back here in a safe environment that's only accessible to school buses, and we're finding that it works out a lot better than what we were doing before. And so we were happy to be able to put this feature into the project. So one of the design features as well is, on the first floor, you'll notice that the floor is actually a honed concrete. And so this is a solid concrete floor. It's been polished and buffed, and this is our floor on the first level of the school. It's very low maintenance. It looks nice, and we're really happy with the way it turned out. So obviously we're on the first floor of the school. Down here are grades kindergarten through third grade. And also our special ed classroom is on the first floor. One of the things you'll notice is these surfaces on the walls. And so these are tackable surfaces. So it's kind of like a bulletin board, but they're throughout the hallways, both the first floor and the second floor. Lots of space for teachers to show off student work and things like that once we get back to school as normal. We were really fortunate to get another grant, about $300,000, to convert the old play shed into a third gymnasium. So this facility, once it's all complete, will be a gym space for the elementary. In addition, our athletic teams will be able to use it for practice space and things like that. This building is now heated and cooled. It has all new baskets and backboards, and we're really excited to be able to have a third enclosed gym space for our students. So one of the things also that we were really excited to be able to do is to add an additional parking lot. People might remember that parking was kind of a rare commodity at South Bend, and we were really trying to find a way that we could get a parking lot added to the project, and we were able to do so. And so this is a finished parking lot. One of the kind of cool things about this parking area is that it also serves as a parent drop-off for their kids. And as you can see here, parents enter from the street, and then they can literally drive through here and drop off their students when school starts, and pick them up at the end of the day. And so they simply drive in through here, drop off or pick up, and drive right around and back out.